Hey, good people. I told you I'd make another video, and I'm holding true to my word. So today, I'm going to talk to you again about this subject of sexual predators that are female within the ex-Jehovah's Witness activism community. Prominent ones like Chessa Manion, ones that go on national television, Oxygen Channel, BBC, Barbara Anderson's protege. Okay? Chessa Manion is a mother. She has a young daughter. She is a child sex abuse survivor. And she is an activist. Well, I think she was. I think that is retired. Her activism / scamming career is pretty much retired, but she was a very, very prominent activist within your community. So far, I've only seen two people really talk about it, myself and Mike and Kim. They put a video out, a news video. But I even venture to say Mike and Kim probably weren't very comfortable doing that. It's not a very comfortable subject. I'm not very comfortable looking at this picture. But I know what my purpose is here on this earth. I'm very clear on who and what I am. So I have to live through uncomfortable situations. Because one of my purposes in this lifetime is to speak up about predators. And I thought this was the purpose of you guys in the EXJW community. But obviously, your purpose is a money grub, number one. And to keep your reputation and to keep your clout, to keep your followers, to keep your subscribers, and to keep your flow the way it has been going. I got news for you. You can look away on this one if you want to. But she is by far not the only one, and she is no exception. Matter of fact, it's a very common thing. That's one thing you probably will not understand because you have not educated yourselves on group psychology and organizational psychology. You only went to the Australian Royal Commission to look at the Jehovah's Witnesses, but you forgot about all of the other institutions, the schools, the sporting institutions, all the other religions, and you forgot to look and make the connections and look for patterns, because these things happen in all groups, in families, in groups and organizations, gangs, wherever there's a conglomeration of people working towards one or more common goals, you will find this. And the more people there are, the more likely you will have sexual predators. And guess what? Women who are mothers, who can look like damsels in distress, who can seem to be very nice people, can be equally as dangerous as the men. Matter of fact, today I'm going to talk to you about sexual predators that are much more dangerous than the garden variety guys that you've been going after and exposing, you see, because women know that they get a free pass in society. People tend to trust a woman more than a man. If a strange woman came up to you and asked you for directions, you're more likely to trust her than a strange man. And that goes double if you are a woman. You are more likely to trust another woman than you are to trust another man who comes up to you and offers you a job or asks you for direction or whatever the case may be. A strange woman is more likely to get trust every time. And these sexual predators don't just come in male bodies. They also come in female bodies. And they are many times mothers. And unfortunately, many times mothers put their own children at risk and abuse their own children and set situations up for their own children to be abused. But we're going to put this aside because I don't know anything about her mother-daughter relationship. I do know she has an affinity for serial killers and loves to take pictures next to them and blow kisses into the cam and tries to make herself sensual. And I guess she's trying to normalize serial killers. So let's take a look at this here because we're going to talk about sexual predators and their enablers and their defenders, because there are several people in the ex-Jehovah's Witness community that I have noticed that have been defending her. And we're going to talk about one that has been most prominent to me, who has been, I guess, retaliating or whatever. I think she called herself trying to pull rank on someone. But sweetheart, I don't have any kind of obligation to anyone in the ex-Jehovah's Witness community. I couldn't give two fucks if none of the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses ever talked to me or liked me. I couldn't give two flying fucks because I don't have the time of day for enablers like you. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. We're on the jail tracker site for Warren County, Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we are looking at Chessa Manion's charges again. Yes, we're going to need to do multiple ones because some of you all just can't process. You're just not going to process it. Okay, like Sharon Tyson over there with Jehovah's Witness Survivors Original. I don't know if she's supposed to be a child abuse, sex abuse survivor, but I'm going to tell you something. Just because somebody is a CSA survivor does not mean that they won't turn around and become a predator, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to start enabling and speaking up for other predators, because that happens quite a bit, okay? Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at Chessa Manion. Sharon Tyson has been spreading the narrative that Chessa Manion was complicit. She's trying to downplay the actual charges. Why, I don't know, because it's an outright lie. If you ask me, maybe she's doing the ex-Jehovah's Witness theocratic warfare there. You know, the EXJW activist theocratic warfare. I don't know, but it's a straight fucking lie as far as the rest of the world and reality is concerned. So let's clear up that lie. Let me write you a reality check right this instant. The charges are first-degree rape, incapable of consent, physical helplessness with serious physical injury. Did you get all that? Did you get? It's not complicit. It's not aiding and abetting. It's not attempted. It's first degree. Okay, and if you still don't understand what that means, Google that, all right? Next one is kidnapping with serious physical injury. Strangulation, first degree. Assault, first degree. Video voyeurism. Sodomy, first degree, incapable of consent / physical helplessness with serious physical injury. Did you get all that? Strangulation, sodomy, assault, rape. This, Chessa Manion, Chessa Manion, Chessa Manion. Say it with me one more time. Chessa Manion. Don't be afraid to confront this. Do not be afraid to confront this. She's not the only one in your community. She's just the one that got busted. Okay? She's just the one that got busted. And I cut her off 4 years ago. I ghosted her and blocked her because she told me some things about herself and the way she was always trying to get money and trying to grub some money out of me, which I never gave her a single penny. She's got an OnlyFans page, I'm told, and she's selling everything she can, you know, coochie, hoochie, art, candles, pots, pans, you know, snuff porn, whatever you want, she's got it for you, okay? I don't know. I think she might have gotten paid for this, but I will tell you this, although that's not in the charges here, I do believe her and one of her boyfriends, because she's had several men there helping her on them OnlyFans pages, okay? Let's keep it real over here. One of her boyfriends that she was messing around with, her and that guy tried to kill this victim. That's really what it looks like to me. And you can't tell me any different. Because when you think about her affinity for serial killers and smiling and blowing kisses next to Charles Manson, let's take a look at this picture again. When you see this next to these charges, I'm going to tell you something. Look, she still has to have a trial unless she pleads guilty. She still has to have a conviction and a sentencing. But I'm going to tell you this. It's not every day there's a oopsie when people get charged with assault and rape and strangulation by accident. You know, that just doesn't come from nothing. I could see if it's a speeding ticket she got and she says, hey, I'm innocent. It's not true. It's not fair. Or I could see if she got a parking ticket and she says, oh, well, it's not true. But strangulation, sodomy, rape, kidnapping, assault, serious physical injury on a helpless person. And then I see pictures like this and other pictures where her boyfriend and her are barbecuing animal skulls and their affinity for carcasses. Okay? Dead horse head or cow head. Like, look, we all eat beef, but, you know, I'm not going to go grab a skull, you know, like this and put it on my grill. That's some morbid stuff right there. And, you know, Andrew Berry is her boyfriend's, one of the aliases that he used she had a different alias. I think it was Evelyn Vector. She had Lakaya Quinn. She had a zillion different aliases. So did he. His real name is something different. But they were trolling and trying to recruit people into their little thing all over Facebook. And you can look at the news stories, look at the comment section, just look at all of the Bowling Green, Kentucky news posts on Facebook, and you go into the comment section and you can see dozens of women are posting, coming out saying, yeah, they targeted me and I got creeped out. They wanted me, they messaged me and asked me to come to their house and smoke some weed with them, and if I wanted to hang out with them. Yeah, and you're going to be on that barbecue grill. That's what's going to happen. So having that in mind, I want to bring your attention to the fact that there are a lot of people who want to just kind of skirt on by this and not really think about it and hope it goes away. And you're welcome to do that, but you're definitely not making things safe for yourself, because she's not the only one. And you're not making things safe for any other people either. You're actually enabling it. And you're giving these people the green light to continue on coming into your community and preying upon you and other people. Because that's what happens. A group like the Ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, it's rife for predators. Why go anywhere else when they can just go where all the victimized people conglomerate? Easy pickings. You know, you can go walk up and down the highway and hope somebody might sell an orange to you somewhere on the freeway, or you can go to the grocery store and go there where there's bunches of oranges right there for your picking. So this is the same thing. Your group, the EXJW groups and community, is a prime target for predators. And more often than not, they are also women. So we have some enablers, and we have people that have been harassing me for speaking out. They've been calling other people, and they've been on a smear campaign saying that I'm harassing them because I've been responding to their tweets on Twitter about Chessa Manion. I have been showing this person, Sharon Tyson, this very thing right here. And she is a staunch defender of Chessa Manion. She has made it known that she calls Chessa Manion in jail and speaks to her. They are close friends, I guess, best friends, you know, and she says that Chessa says she's innocent. So since Chessa says she's innocent, you know, we need to just accept that. But the funny thing is, now, when I put that out there, she said, this Sharon Tyson, let me show you this Sharon Tyson here. This is Sharon Tyson Tover, and she runs an activist group, a support group, JW survivorsoriginal.com. And, you know, she has probably GoFundMe's and Cash Apps and Venmos. And, you know, it's all just a money grub. Because if she really was really trying to help people and help keep things safe, she would be talking about this Chessa Manion. But she has done her best to try to silence me. I guess she called herself pulling rank on me by calling certain people and telling them I'm harassing her, and can you make it stop? We're all adults here, sweetheart. I don't know about you, but the rest of us are all adults here, okay? If you had anything to say, you should have said it to me. But you couldn't say it to me. You had to go behind my back to other people who had nothing to do with it. Those people don't control me. They have no say in my life whatsoever. So you can go cry to them all you want to. But I've got your screenshots, and you can try to delete them and make them private and do all that. That's fine. But I snagged those bad boys before you even could say... I've got the screenshots, and we're about to get into it, okay? So this woman right here, let me show you her website right quick. This is her so-called support group, quote unquote, you know, her activism. It's basically a money scam. Come on now. We all have seen this. All these useless mofos are always begging for money. You know, can you keep our car running? Can you help me get a house? Can you help me get a vacation? Can you get a damn job and stop begging and stop trying to make money off of victimization? Can you do that? Can you do it? Because Lloyd Evans, you know, you want to talk about Lloyd Evans, you're the same damn way, okay? Don't give me that. So anyway, this is her little thing over here, and she's blamed me. She says that by me tweeting about Chessa Manion and letting people know about those charges, that I'm ruining her activism career and everything that she's built up. I'm ruining her blogs, and I'm just ruining her whole life. I'm the one to blame for everything that goes wrong in her life. So I figure, you know, I do not believe in getting credit for things that I haven't done. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you something to work with, okay? I'm going to give you something to work with in regards to a ruined activist career. Because any kind of PR media you want to reach for, I'm going to be right there letting them know about this video here. Okay, so you guys check her out here right quick. I mean, I'm already bored. I already know it's a money grub scam. Tyson Tover, jwso@gmail.com. Blah, 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 blah. You know, this and that. Yeah, surveys, sex abuse support. Note this. She wants to offer you support for sex abuse survivors. What about that survivor of Chessa Manion? She's a sex abuse survivor. Sharon Tyson. Did your abuser go to court? Do we have a conviction for your abuser? Because you want to say, let's wait till the courts decide on Chessa Manion. Well, then we should wait till the courts decide on your abuser. We should all just wait. All the people that have, you know, for whatever reason, their abuser never went to court, we should all just say, well, we don't know if that's true to them, right? How are you going to offer support to sex abuse survivors when you co-sign with a whole predator, Sharon Tyson, and then you want to harass me, another CSA abuse survivor who's speaking out about Chessa Manion? You should be ashamed of yourself. So anyway, check this out. She wants to offer sex abuse to children, sex abuse survivors, support to children and victims' voice and Child USA and sex trafficking support, reporting suspected human trafficking, sex abuse hotline RAIN. She wants to offer you all these services and help and all of this right here, right? Okay, so let's look at what Sharon Tyson is really about. Okay, so Sharon Tyson, in regards to my posting about Chessa Manion, she said she is referring to Chessa Manion, is charged with complicity. We will see what has been happening. Due process. Don't jump the gun and run ahead of the judicial process. Keep in mind that most sex workers have been coerced into that lifestyle. So you see she's holding a soft spot. And plus, she's spreading outright lies. Chessa Manion is not complicit. And she posted that after, as you can see, I've already posted to her the damn charges, the link and screenshots, and she still went and lied. And she's still spreading that lie to this day. Okay? That's JW Survivors Original down there. Okay? That's her. That's her Twitter page. Matter of fact, let me take you to her Twitter page. This is her Twitter page here. As you can see, that's her in the picture with her father or whoever that is. At JW Survivors, JWSO, JW Survivors Original. This is her Twitter page, all right? So, yeah. And as you can see, I've got her blocked. So there. She's spreading out that narrative that Chess is complicit. She's still not facing reality. And this is these kinds of people are also dangerous because they're running support groups. They're out here saying, I speak out against these abuses and I want to support fellow victims and survivors. And then you got them buddying and defending whole predators like Chessa Manion, just because she's a fellow activist and a woman and her friend. It's her personal friend. So these kinds of people are very dangerous because victims unknowingly go to them for help and have no clue that these people are female sexual predator enablers. That's basically what this Sharon Tyson is. Let's go further. Here's some more tweets here. I say here, you are really going out of your way, JW Survivors, you are really going out of your way to not face reality here. She is not charged with complicity, sweetie. She is charged with outright rape, kidnapping, strangulation, first degree. For fuck's sake, here, I'll hold your hand while we verify and fact check together. So I made a video just like this, and you can look at the other video, where I basically, step by step, we went to the Bowling Green, Kentucky jail tracker website, where we put in Chessa Manion's name and pulled up her records and her picture and her charges. And you know what this Sharon Tyson, aka JW Survivors Original, has to say in response? I am waiting for the law to do its job. I don't think anyone is denying that she's been charged with those horrible crimes. May justice happen for whoever is responsible for these heinous crimes. Whoever. Like, we have no clue. She has no clue. It's whoever is responsible. This is extremely triggering for me. So please don't keep tagging me in your posts. You're triggered, bitch? Really? You're triggered, bitch. I'm triggered by you being a fucking enabler and defender. You want to wait for the law to do its job? You see, she saw the charges right there: strangulation, kidnapping, rape, sodomy. And this is what this woman says, well, we're just going to wait on Jehovah to fix it. We're just going to have to wait on Jehovah to sort it out in his due time, due process. Go back to the Kingdom Hall, bitch. Go back to the Kingdom Hall, bitch. You are no one that has even remotely healed from your cult programming. And these, once again, I hope you don't have any kids. I hope you don't have any kids, because somebody needs to call CPS, seriously. Because, you know, if she's defending this Chessa Manion, I wonder if this bitch is attracted to these kinds of predators and brings them in the home. Because I've seen a couple of these XJWs bring a whole convicted predator that served his sentence and bring that pedophile who molested his own daughter. And you know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. You bring that man into your home with your 2 teenage and preteen daughters, knowing he went to prison for sexually abusing his daughter. And he tells you this lie about, well, his daughter's bipolar and she lied on him and that ruined his... Oh, okay. So all the bipolar motherfuckers in the world, they're just going to go around, you know, lying, saying they were molested and because they're bipolar. That's what the bipolar thing does to people, right? Right? Yeah, miss me with that lie. But then you're out here talking about Watchtower with the child abuse when you are sleeping with a whole predator. You went and got that predator. You got in your car and brought that predator into your home to your daughters. And you think your daughters are safe? You think just because your daughters may not have said anything to you yet that he's not raping and molesting them? I'm telling you, you folks, you are sick. You're a sick lot. You people that are enabling this, like this JW survivor stuff, you're sick, disgusting. Let's go further here, because she's tried to delete these responses here, and I already had the screenshots. You're a little too slow for me, you know what I mean? You are out of your league. When you started harassing me, lady, you were out of your league. Your friends should have really sat you down first and said, listen, you might not want to even say his name. I'm just going to tell you as a friend. If those were your friends, if they were truly your friends, Sharon Tyson, they should have sat you down and said, listen, just leave him be, just block him quietly, and do not get him on your case. Do not. But I see no one warned you, okay? No one cleared that up for you, so I'm going to clear it up for you today. So I had been posting to her the link. I had posted this Warren County link because she kept saying, you know, she's complicit, and I said, no, you need to stop lying. You need to stop that narrative because it's a lie, it's false, it's inaccurate. She's outright charged. So for some reason, she just wasn't trying to receive that. So the Sharon Tyson, aka JW Survivors original, I say to her, are your fingers, eyes, and brain incapable of processing the documentation I've been sending you? Or is it just willful ignorance on your part? So she says, I'm quite capable of processing the documentation you keep tagging me in. Documentation that you keep tagging me in. I will tell you once again, we are not the law. We must wait on the judicial process to take place. I'm not going to fall into the stone throwing of an individual before she is declared guilty. You guys see that? You guys see that? Let me put that real big up in here. Let me put it to you large and in charge. I am quite capable of processing the documentation that you keep tagging me in. I will tell you once again, we are not the law. We must wait on the judicial process to take place. I'm not going to fall into the stone throwing of an individual before she's declared guilty. Okay? So keep that in mind. She's running a support group. She's an activist. She's got blogs and websites. And if you Google her, you're going to find all her stuff. But she must have had something go down on her on Facebook, because she don't like Facebook no more. Somebody must have got her on Facebook. I suspect somebody pulled out a couple of skeletons out of her closet on Facebook, and that's why she don't like Facebook no more. But hey, that's neither here or there. Back to this over here. Yes, she is running support groups for sex abuse survivors, child sex abuse survivors, and sexual assault survivors. She's trying to do that women's thing, support women and all that. So be very, very, very careful with these types, because she can be just as dangerous. Because I don't know her. She don't know me. But she's already came after me for putting that stuff out on Chessa Manion. So I'm wondering, is she the same? They say birds of the same feather flock together. I don't know this bitch. I don't want to know her. But she is highly suspect as far as I'm concerned. Because why is she so pressed? Why is she so pressed? Why is she trying to silence me? 3 different people came to me telling me that she's saying that I'm harassing her by putting out that stuff on Chessa Manion. Really? Is your name Chessa Manion? Is your name Chessa Manion? I think you're a little bit of a narcissist. You want to make this whole thing about you. And nobody cares about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Seriously, nobody even knows you. These people say, Sharon says you're harassing her. I'm like, who's Sharon? I don't know any Sharon. I'm not harassing nobody. Well, yeah, she says you keep tagging her. Sweetheart, I'm hitting reply on your tweets, you dumbass. What a dipshit. But you wouldn't started some stuff, so I'm going to give you some PR, okay? Seriously, you're nobody to me, but hey, I'm going to give you a little PR. Since you need a little attention, you're going to get a little attention, okay? All right, let's move. Okay, here's this complicity thing again. She's charged with complicity. We will see what has been happening. Due process. Don't jump the gun and run ahead of the judicial process. Keep in mind that most sex workers have been coerced in that lifestyle. I'm being cautious with blaming when the courts haven't decided. So we need to take that same logic to you, Sharon Tyson, about your abuser. Was your abuser convicted in court? Because if not, then we need to wait on due process, and we don't need to jump the gun and judging your abuser either. Okay? So I'm not quite sure if you were really abused, because we haven't had that due process that you so espouse here when we're talking about Chessa Manion, right? Was your abuser ever even charged with anything? I mean, I'm saying if we're going to use that logic with Chessa, then we need to be consistent all across the board, Miss Sharon Tyson. Sharon Tyson Tover, aka JW Survivors Original, JWSO. We need to take that logic that you're putting out there, and we need to spread that all across the board, starting with you. Okay? Because what you're doing is invalidating the sexual assault victim of Chessa Manion. That's what you're doing. You're invalidating her. And you're supposed to be running a sexual assault support group and a support network and website, and you're supposed to be an activist speaking out against it. And here you are invalidating a sexual assault victim just because your friend did it. So we need to take that same logic and say, Sharon Tyson's abuser, was there a court? Did the court convict him or her? Because if not, then don't jump the gun and run ahead of the judicial process. Don't run ahead of Jehovah's organization. What is wrong with you people? Don't jump the gun and run ahead of Jehovah's organization. Run ahead of the judicial process. Okay, and keep in mind that most of the sex workers out there have been coerced in their lifestyle. Yeah, especially the OnlyFans hoes that sit behind their computer any way they want to, and one day decide, hey, I want to mix my activism with OnlyFans. I want to be a sexy activist. Oh yeah, they were terribly coerced into that, right? Like Chessa Manion. Chessa Manion was selling her ass. She was selling candles. Everything was about money. When she was doing activism, she was trying to get some coin off of it. When she was doing her poetry and her art, she was trying to get some coin off of it. She was selling candles. She was selling animal skulls. She was probably selling snuff film. Heck, she was always trying to get a coin. And I suspect this troglodyte here is the same stinking way. That's why she gets offended when people talk about her little buddy, because she's one and the same and she doesn't like it. It makes her feel uncomfortable. Okay, we've sussed these people out, but hey, these people are running support groups. Okay, they're very dangerous people. Very dangerous. Let's move on. Let me see what else I got. Oh, here we go. Here's the one where she talks about she doesn't like to use Facebook. So I had messaged her to go on Facebook and search for Evelyn Vector. That is one of Chessa Manion's aliases that she uses. And she says, I don't use Facebook any longer. I think Facebook is a terrible waste of energy and has created a lot of social media obsessions among trauma survivors in general. I do see the screenshots of her. None of that looks good at all. Time will only tell what really happened. Okay, I guess the charges are like way off the mark, right? They're like nowhere near the bullseye. Like way, way off. Of course, of course. Yeah, but I think something went down on Facebook. Somebody got her on Facebook. They called her out and exposed her. And so she's a little shy off of Facebook. She don't want to go down that alley anymore. She's got, she's been traumatized from Facebook. You think Twitter's any different, sweetie? You think YouTube and TikTok's any different? Snapchat? Oh, man, what a twit. So I said, looks like that time has already come and passed. Here, in case your eyes and brain somehow didn't see the zillion other tweets with this video I tweeted to you, come, I'll hold your hand while we fact check and verify the cold hard facts together, bitch. She didn't want to do that. She did not want to do that. I called it since day one. It takes absolute courage to shine that spotlight on all predators, even if they happen to be in your own community. Yep. So yeah, this Sharon Tyson Tover, another enabler and defender of sexual predators. It's just that this particular predator that she's defending is female, and it's one of her close friends. Like I said, she's made it known that she calls the jail there, that she calls Chessa Manion, and I guess she's her confidant and her support, her support. But I've already spoken to some police officers about this Sharon Tyson Tover, and I've said, you guys might want to take a look at her, because she is calling Chessa Manion at the jail. She seems to be a close friend. And, I'm sure Chessa, I don't know these people anymore. I don't know any of these activists anymore, to be honest with you. I never did know any of them. I knew of them, but really, I knew that Chessa was going down a dark path 4 years ago. She told me some things. And after that phone conversation, that was the last one, and I made up my mind and I blocked her, and that was it. Because I don't go down that path. I don't mix it up with people that go down that dark path. But I didn't know it was this extreme. I knew she was down a dark path, and people say, "Oh, what happened to Chessa? What happened to her?" Chessa's always been that way. She didn't change. She's always been that way. You guys were just conned. When are you going to fucking realize the truth? You guys have been conned. And the more you deny, the more you make it easier for somebody else to come and do the same exact thing all over to you guys. And then you're going to be traumatized again, and you're going to be all upset like you are now, and you're going to say, why does this keep happening to us in the community? Because you're dipshits. You won't fucking face the cold hard facts right away and handle it accordingly so you can ensure and decrease the chances of it happening again. No, you're going to keep looking away, and you're going to keep trying to silence people like me, like this broad here. Somebody here says, Hannah G says, you are scary here in the comments. When I put that first video out on Sharon Tyson, the female sexual predator enabler of Chessa Manion. Here, I made it larger for you to see. She says, you are scary. Hannah G says, you are scary 1 hour ago. You know what, Hannah? You can ask my friends. You can ask my family and my loved ones. I treat my folks real good. And I'm not scary at all. But I don't suffer fools lightly at all. And I have no sympathy for predators of any sort, male or female, EXJW, Jehovah's Witness, or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give two fucks. I don't have any sympathy for those people. And if you are one of those people, like Sharon Tyson, stay the hell away from me. If you see me coming your way, run as far as you can, run away. Don't harass me. I'm only scary when I need to protect myself. And Sharon Tyson came for me. I wasn't coming for her. I was just sharing her information, documentation, and she twisted it around into a personal thing because she's a narcissistic little bitch that wants to make everything about her. And it is not about her. This is about Chessa Manion. But she thinks her name is Chessa. She thinks she's Chessa. That's why she's pressed about me talking about Chessa. Okay? So, yeah, I can get pretty scary. If you attack me, I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to protect myself. So, you know, I'm not a scary person by nature, but, you know, if I need to do what I need to do, then I do what I do. And if that means you feel scared, what you need to be scared of is these activist people that's in your community. That's what you need to be scared of. Okay? That because I never killed anybody. I never raped anybody. I've never had to rape anybody. Okay? I've never had to pay for any sex. I've never had to beg for any sex. Okay? I've never assaulted anyone. I've never stabbed anyone. I've never had to kidnap anyone. I never kidnapped anyone. And I sure as shit have never sodomized anyone. So, you know, if you're feeling scared and you're looking at me feeling scared, you might want to regroup on what you're really afraid of, Hannah. Because what you really need to be afraid of is this right here. What you need to be afraid of is this right here. Chessa Manion, okay? That's what you need to be afraid of, because I haven't done any of these crimes ever. Never has it even crossed my mind or heart to do any of that. Never felt the need to even do it. Okay? You want to be scared about somebody? You need to be scared about this right here. This is Chessa Manion posing next to one of her favorite passions, serial killers. And as you can see, she thinks it's a cool thing. She thinks it's cool. This is not the only one. She's got plenty of profiles where she's posted next to infamous serial killers blowing kisses at the cam and trying to make herself sensual and trying to normalize this stuff. Okay? Chessa made a choice a long time ago, folks. Nobody coerced her. She don't have any Stockholm syndrome. It wasn't the drugs. Come on now, stop trying to make excuses. You mean to tell me drugs made her do all this? Well, then every drug addict out there is raping and sodomizing and assaulting. Come on now. Let's get real. This woman made a choice. She's letting you know in her profiles. Okay? Look at this stuff. Hannah, you want to be afraid? This is what you need to be afraid of. Female sexual predators in the EXJW community and their enablers who are running support networks for people like you and people who have been victimized. That's what you need to be afraid of, is these right here. These right here. Okay? That's what you want to be afraid of somebody? Be afraid of these bitches. Because I couldn't kill anybody. I couldn't assault and strangulation, and you're sitting here being afraid of me? Shoot. I think you've got your fear priorities mixed up, Hannah. You ain't got to worry about me. As long as you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I'm like James Brown, don't start none that won't be none. Okay? That's how I work. But once you cross my boundary now, and once you come, all sideways, and you're a freaking sexual predator, enabler, and defender, then all bets are off. Okay, you knew better than that. This Sharon Tyson Tover, whatever her name is, she knew better. She knew better. But she's messy. She likes the drama. She likes the attention. So she got her 5 minutes of fame here. And we done SEO'd her, search engine optimized her name and face. So, now any news, any major media that she reaches out to, any government thing that she tries to do, any major move that she tries to do. In fact, anybody that's thinking about joining her blogs or her thing, they're going to Google and they're going to see these tweets and these videos, and they're going to have me to talk to them about what her stance is with Chessa Manion and these screenshots. Okay? So there's that, and that's going to be permanently. So, there's that. And if she wants to blame me for ruining her activism career or ruining her blogs, then so be it. I told her yesterday, I don't believe in getting credit for anything that I haven't done and worked for. So since you put that narrative out there for 3 different people already, I'm going to make it a reality for you. Okay, so you can really have something to talk about now. Okay, so yeah, folks, there's that. Watch out for these sexual predators and their enablers. They are women. They are mothers. They are CSA survivors, and they're still predators. And they are enablers and scammers also, because this Chessa Manion, she was scamming money, and this Tyson bitch is scamming money as well. Okay, all right. They all have GoFundMes. They all need you to help them keep their car. Help them get this, help them get that. They're asking for help, everything but helping get a job. Okay, because Chessa Manion, I was trying to help her get a job. She didn't want any of that. She told me outright. 4 years ago. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. I don't know about this Tyson Tover, Sharon Tyson Tover, but I did let the Bowling Green Police Department know about you. Matter of fact, they're going to see these videos as well, and I don't know, they're definitely going to look into you, I think, because you're definitely somebody that's of interest here. So, I don't know. You might want to just reconsider a few things if I were you. But hey, you don't strike me as the smartest light bulb in the case there. You're not the brightest bulb in the drawer there. So Anyway, to the rest of the folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. All I can say is stay safe out there. And I'd like to do a shout out to Mike and Kim for being brave enough for putting the Chessa Manion video out there. They are the only other people besides me that have put this out there. All of the rest of you so-called YouTube influencers and EXJW activists and elites and quote-unquote elites and quote-unquote legends have been silent, because you don't want it to cut into your money. You don't want to lose your followers. You're too much of a scared chicken shit to put the real community news out there. So you're pretty much disgusting to me, okay? You're not interested in really helping anybody but yourselves, and you know it. You're not fooling me. You might be fooling those dumb people who are giving you their SSI checks and sending you their little food, EBT food stamps and shit like that, but you're not fooling me. I know exactly what you're there for, and I know exactly who and what you are, because if you were anybody worth anything, you would have put this Chessa Manion stuff out there, and you would be having a conversation about the female sexual predators and how much more dangerous they are than the men, because society tends to give them a free pass. People tend to trust them easier than the men, and that's what they use to their advantage to victimize all of you people over and over again. You got conned by Chessa, and you're going to keep getting conned by somebody. And you know what? It might be this bitch up next to her, okay? All right, so that's that. That's my video for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later, Gator.